All right, YouTube, this Detroit's HPTV coming to you out of Detroit. Back at you with another video. It's Thursday the 28th, 107. Now, we've been looking at the news on our channel. You know, we be abreast of everything if you're part of this community. Now, we're going to dig into why they have a problem with Haiti. Why is Haiti so much in the news? And as we're dealing with Venezuelan immigrants, Haitian gangs are invading the country as well. So I don't know what that looks like for the common person to not know that there's Haitian gangs and people from Venezuela prisons coming across your border petition to get arms and bridge cards. So they got ammunition and butter. You know what I'm saying? That's an occupying situation, if you follow what I'm saying. So what is the U.S. connection with Haiti? Why is Haiti so relevant? Let's look into the past of it for a minute, and then we're gonna bring it back up because I've done other videos on Haiti, but we're gonna see why they a factor and what their gripe is in the society. So stick with me and watch this video to the end. It's for fair use under the 1976 Copyright Act, educational purpose and commentary, and always the First Amendment in case y'all want to play.
The year was 2018. Most of Haiti was protesting against their government. The anger was against this man, Jovenel Moïse. He was then the president of the country. On November 13, the focus was on the capital, Port-au-Prince. Right next to the parliament, there's a famous slum. It's called La Saline. Around 4 in the afternoon, a police truck arrived there. The locals did not know why. Maybe the cops were trying to end the gang wars. If so, it was good news for them. But what happened next was blood-curdling. The men went on a shooting spree. They knocked on doors, dragged people out, and shot them, all in broad daylight. And soon the gangs joined in. In 24 hours, around 21 civilians had been killed. Not gang members, not criminals, ordinary civilians. They were killed. In the next few days, that number went up to 71. Around 7 women were raped and 400 houses were gutted. It's still not clear why this happened. Some say the police were actually gangs in fake uniforms. Others say the cops joined hands with the gangs. The question is why? Possibly to deter protests in La Saline. But either way, one thing is clear. The La Saline massacre was not a one-off. Last year, 5,000 Haitians died in street violence. Gangs have overrun the capital and the government is nowhere to be seen. But how did things get so bad? Why are Haitian gangs so powerful? Time for a flashback. Hollywood may tell you otherwise, but gangs are not flashy, fashionable, or businesslike. They're born out of one thing, and that is chaos. Where there is rule of law, gangs have no power. Where there isn't rule of law, gangs have a lot of power. It's as simple as that. You can guess which camp Haiti belongs to. Its history is riddled with chaos. Some of it can be blamed on Western colonizers, but the rest is homegrown. Let's start with the 15th century. In 1492, Christopher Columbus landed in the Caribbean. He found resources and wealth there. So like any good European, he claimed it for his king, the King of Spain. Thus, the Caribbean became a Spanish colony. Around 200 years later, it was divided. The western half, including Haiti, was given to France. The French brought African slaves to Haiti. They plundered the land for sugar, rum, and coffee. France kept getting richer. Haiti kept getting poorer. So in 1791, the slaves decided to fight back. They were led by this man, a former slave, Toussaint Louverture. The Haitians fought hard for freedom. In 1803, they defeated Napoleon's army. It was the first successful slave revolt in history, and they did so alone. The United States next door was no help. In fact, from 1801 to 1809, the US cut off aid to Haiti. Thomas Jefferson was president then, and he himself was a slave owner. So Jefferson thought, what if the Haitian revolt inspired American slaves? So he said no aid. The US would only recognize Haitian statehood in 1862. France did so much earlier, in 1825. But they also imposed a harsh deal on Haiti. Normally, you would expect colonizers to pay reparations, but France did the very opposite. They asked Haitians to pay reparations, and the rates were so high, it was impossible to repay. So what did Haiti do? They took loans from French banks to pay the money. Loans from French banks to pay the French. It's often called Haiti's double debt. Now, the point of the story is very simple. Haiti was never given a chance. Its economy was first crippled by colonialism and then by the double debt. Guess how long it took Haiti to repay these loans? 122 years. The last payment was made in 1947. So the start was pretty bad. Now we come to the 20th century. Another invader set its eyes on Haiti, the United States of America. From 1911 to 1915, Haiti was in a flux. 7 presidents were assassinated or removed from office. So the neighboring US was spooked. What if a European power invaded Haiti again, maybe Germany or France? It would be a major setback to the US, so Washington decided to act first. In 1915, President Woodrow Wilson sent US soldiers to Haiti. Thus began the American occupation. It would last until 1943. Even after the US left, their influence stayed. They backed politicians in Haiti. One such leader was Francois Duvaliers, aka Papa Doc. As the name suggests, he was a doctor. He was called Papa Doc.
I'm going to interject in here. Now, it's important that we understand the complicitness in our government officials with the chaos around the country and the chaos that immediately affects us. You know what I mean? They are in cahoots with the villains. That's what it looked like to me.
After the Americans left, he entered politics. In 1950, he went underground after a military coup. That junta would rule for 6 years. Then in 1957, elections were held. Papa Doc ran a very popular campaign, and he was elected president of Haiti. This was a very important moment in the country's history. Under Papa Doc, the gang culture emerged, mostly thanks to one group, the Toto Makut, basically the bogeymen. You see, Papa Doc did not trust the army. So he reduced the number of soldiers in Haiti. Instead, he formed his own civilian armed group, the Tonton Makut, sort of like his own personal security. We're talking about a big group here. The Tonton Makut had some 25,000 fighters, and their job was quite simple. Target Papa Doc's enemies, crush all dissent, and spread fear among the general public. And they did so pretty well. The Makut went on a killing spree in Haiti. By some accounts, they killed 60,000 people. In 1964, Papa Doc declared himself president for life. In 1971, he died. So his son, Jean-Claude Duvaliers, became president, aka Baby Doc. The US supported both these men. They gave them aid worth $900 million. That's $900 million in the 1970s. It's worth a lot more than it is today. And you know what happened to this money? Most of it was siphoned away. The Duvaliers enriched themselves with the aid money. Meanwhile, Haiti's economy crashed. Less than a dozen families had all the wealth, and they supported anyone in power. There was a glimmer of hope in 1986. That's when Baby Doc was forced out of office. The Tonton Makut were also disbanded. But one crucial mistake was made. They were not disarmed. Their weapons were not taken away. So you had 25,000 fighters loose on the streets. Then in 1990, elections were held, the first free elections in Haiti's history. They were won by this man, Jean-Bertrand Aristide. He was a former priest and leftist leader. But his rule was off to a bad start. In 1991, the military ousted him. So the US decided to intervene once again. They sent soldiers to reverse the coup. And in 1994, Aristide was back. He was now very suspicious of the military. So he decided, no more army. That's right. Under Aristide, Haiti disbanded its army. Instead, civilian armed groups were created. These fighters would be loyal to Aristide. They would control the streets of Haiti for him. It worked for a couple of years, but Haiti's oligarchs did not like Aristide's leftist politics. So they organized protests against him. In 2004, he was forced to flee the country. So now you had multiple armed groups with nothing to do. No orders to follow, no missions to carry out, and no leader to report to. All they had was weapons. You can guess what happened next. A total plunge into anarchy. Haiti's local gangs evolved into crime syndicates. They sold drugs, traded weapons, and terrorized people. Why didn't later governments do anything about it? Well, to fight gangs, you need a military, and Haiti does not have one. In 2017, Jovenel Moïse re-established the army. But guess how many soldiers it had? Just 500. The police are a different story, though. Haiti has around 15,000 police officers, but their weapons are quite useless. Some of them carry the same rifles that were used by the US soldiers in 1915. Meanwhile, the gangs are high-tech. They use automatic guns smuggled from the US. So Haitian governments were helpless. In fact, some leaders depended on the gangs. They used the gangs to enforce their rule. It was a dangerous and reckless policy. Add to that the natural disasters. Haiti was struck by an earthquake in 2010. Around 300,000 people were killed. In 2016, a hurricane swept through Haiti. Some 850 people were killed. These disasters crippled the state infrastructure. They allowed these gangs to gather more power. And now they look unstoppable. Around 200 gangs operate in Haiti. Around half of them are based in the capital. The G9 Alliance is one of them. It is led by a former police officer called Jimmy Cherizier, aka Barbecue. The G9 has a lot of former soldiers and cops. Another gang is the G-PEP. It's apparently linked to Haiti's opposition.
I don't know if you've been following recent Haitian events where they mention the guy Barbecue. Barbecue is who running Haiti right now. You know what I mean? So we got to contemplate exactly what our politics used to be as far as global, international, or local, or whatever. As American citizens, we have to pay attention to these threats because they real. I'm showing it to you right here.
Party, the G-PEP, is a rival of the G9. Another gang is 400 Mawozo. It's said to be the largest group in Haiti. Its leader is currently in a US prison. This year, he pleaded guilty to smuggling firearms. Now, the US has an interest in stabilizing Haiti. They're not ready to send soldiers, but they are ready to fund a multinational mission. And where will the soldiers come from? Kenya is offering 1,000 soldiers. Benin has offered 2,000, but the plan is yet to be given final clearance. Even if it is cleared, there's no guarantee of success. After all, the gangs are based in Haiti. They will have some home advantage. Plus, foreign intervention has been the root cause of Haiti's problems. Can more intervention solve it? These are questions the global community must ask. It could take years, if not decades, for Haiti to solve this problem.
So that's the backstory on what we're seeing now with the Haitians and with this Haitian problem. You know what I mean? We're getting the influx of all those gangs that have nothing to do. I mean, it's a free for all. Then they hiring Kenyan mercenaries. I did a video on that before. So Miami and people down in Florida, they have to really be careful down there because that's where they're gonna be their route of entry down by Florida. Whereas the Texas border is under assault from Venezuela's Chinese people all over on every border. We being invaded, you know. So signing to our Detroit, this is Detroit's HPTV. Salute to all patriots. Keep your head on the swivel. Stay informed. Like, share, and subscribe.